let's begin with the 8th chapter from your economics book of grade 11, and the name of the chapter is Sustainable Development. So, economic development is an evolving concept, not a fixed and static one. So, before or till 1990s, we can say that the concept of economic development was related to increase in income that was measured in terms of per capita income. But after or in 1990s, we will find that there is a change in measuring the economic development of the nation. The United Nations Development Programme UNDP published its first human development report with the new concept of economic development. They have realized that economic development is in the past has resulted to depletion of natural resources and pollution of our environment. This has led to reduction of natural resources endowed for the present and future generation. So the way the development process or the economic development was getting conducted before 1990s, it is saying it have caused a huge harm to the natural resources and created lots of pollution in the environment, and our present generation and our future generation both got affected. So now we have to understand that what they are trying to say about the meaning of what they have to say about the meaning of sustainable development. The concept of sustainable development came into prominence as with the report of the World Commission of Environment and Development in 1987. Okay, so you can understand 1987 this concept came, but after 1990s this is getting popular. Okay, the sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Okay, this doesn't mean that the present generation is not going to use the natural resources. Okay, the present generation will be using the natural resources, but in a limited way. Suppose the renewable resources. So how fast the nature can renew that resource? We have to suppose the natural resource can get renewed after 10 years. So we should have a controlled use, that we have to give time to the nature, okay, to renew it back. And if it is non-renewable resources, then we have to use it in a limited way so that our future generation is also able to use those resources. Okay, so sustainable development is a matter of sharing development opportunities and not the poverty between present and future generations. The important factors which determine the long run development opportunities are natural capital, that is stock of natural resources is called as the natural capital. Next is physical capital, such as plants, machine, tools, equipments, factories, infrastructures, transport, all these are coming under physical capital. Lastly, human capital, such as education, skill, knowledge, technology, advancement. Okay, overall capital asset is the sum total of these three assets, that is natural capital, physical capital and human capital. All these three are needed to make the capital asset. Therefore, sustainable development requires that the stock of this overall capital asset remains constant and rises over time. Okay, so what are the main, or the you can say the strict sense of sustainable development? First is sustainable development requires that renewable natural resources are used in a manner which does not degrade or diminish their usefulness for future generations. Number 2, the sustainable development renewable natural resources should be extracted at a rate which does not exceed the rate of their generation. Okay, Number 3, sustainable development also requires that non-renewable resources such as mineral resources are used at a manner which does not unnecessarily reduce their ability and accessibility for the future generation. We have to use in a limited manner. Number 4, they are trying to explain sustainable development should discard those activities which lead to pollution of environment. So what is the need of this sustainable development? First of all, natural resources and environment as our common heritage. So economic development and overall quality of life depend on the stock of natural resources and quality of environment. Indiscriminate use of natural resources. Many developed countries, industrialized developed countries of the world have a history of causing rapid depletion of the stock of natural resources. Third is use of natural resources as cost of development. It is widely believed now the depletion of the stock of natural resources and degradation of environment should be treated as the cost of development. As the cost of development. This cost must be deducted from the national income to know the growth rates is more realistic terms. So whatever the growth rate is when we are calculating the national income, that time we must deduct the amount of, you can say, exploitation done to the environment. That have to get deducted, and then we will get the actual development of that country. Quality of life dependent on the quality of environment. Sustainable development is important for improving the quality of life of the present generation as well. So what are the effects of economic development on resources and environment? Economic development undoubtedly has remarkable positive effects on human life. It has led to a large increase in our income. Economic development and industrialization have brought in their wake a flood of new products. In fact, economic development has changed human lives. So what are the we can say economic development and environmental degradation? As we are economically developing, we are degrading that means harming the environment. Depletion of natural resources. First, development has created a large demand of natural resources for mass production. This has led to the depletion of natural resources. First point. Secondly, they are trying to say the demand of agricultural land has increased due to the need of increasing agricultural production and due to population growth. This has led to extensive cultivation. This has caused deforestation. Second, water pollution. Industries and urbanization has led to the problem of water pollution. Water pollution occurs when some substances get mixed with the natural water so as to deteriorate the quality of water. Polluted water is unpleasant to smell and unfit to drink, or for drinking, bathing, and washing also. Polluted water leads to waterborne diseases such as diarrhea and mainly affect children and poor people. In developing countries, 75% of industrial waste are discarded into water bodies like rivers. Next is air pollution. Air is one of the most vital natural resources required for sustainable or sustaining life on earth. In the course of economic growth, air pollution has increased mostly in the urban areas, largely because of, you can say, industries, thermal power plants, then automobiles and domestic uses. So we can say air pollutants exist exist in the form of carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxides, hydrocarbon, and suspended particles of matter. So, one of the biggest cause of air pollution in India is pollution due to the transport system. Okay, point number 4, solid and hazardous waste. The growth in population has increased urbanization and has led to tremendous increase in solid waste in the form of organic waste from human beings and animals, domestic waste, industrial waste, commercial waste, and agricultural waste. These waste pollute groundwater resources as well. Soil erosion. Soil erosion causes loss of topsoil layer due to heavy rain or wind. If there is a large loss of topsoil due to soil erosion, the land may become unfit for supporting vegetation or cultivation. Deforestation. Sixth number point is deforestation. Deforestation and has done considerably damage to ecological and environmental balance. First, deforestation has led to the soil erosion, resulting in the occurrence of floods and loss of crops. First, deforestation, loss of crops. Second, deforestation has changed the hydrological cycle, that is the water cycle, alternating the amount of water in the soil and the groundwater and moisture in the air. This has led to decrease in rainfall. Third, deforestation has led to increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, thereby causing global warming. Point number 7, use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. First, use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides has led the human being or human health deteriorate because they contain toxic chemicals also which are intake through foods and vegetables. Second, and this chemical fertilizers and pesticides has caused serious ecological balance through toxic effects on fish, birds, and wildlife. Loss of biodiversity. Loss of biodiversity. Biodiversity refers to the composition of species and ecosystem. Okay, biological diversity provides various products such as food, fiber, medicine, and raw material for industrial production. Some species have disappeared and many have been greatly reduced in number. Okay, global warming. What is global warming? Global warming refers to increase in the average temperature of the earth resulting from immersing of greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide, which trap the heat of the sun. Okay, greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, etc. These are purely man-made greenhouse gases. Okay, first of all, what are the serious effects of this global warming on earth? That is, global warming has led to melting of the glaciers. Global warming will lead to rise in sea level. Okay, loss of coastal land will have an adverse effect on the economic life of the people living in the coastal area. Global warming will lead to widespread change in global temperature. Changes in global temperature patterns will lead to change in the redistribution of plants and animals since the adaptation of different climate and geographical conditions will start changing. Shifting climatic zones, change in vegetation zones, rising of sea level, flood, coastal areas may result in the major sea, we can say not only sea, all the species will start being extinct. Okay, global climatic changes will affect global food security. because we will find there is reduction in rainfall. Next, causes of depletion of resources and environmental degradation. What are the main reasons behind this? First is industrialization. Number 2 is urbanization. Third is population growth. Next is technological progress, agricultural development, right? All these are the main causes of depletion. Next is an appraisal of sustainable development a challenge. As the world grows and develops economically, we face various challenges with regard to future further available of natural resources and environmental conservation. The loss of natural resources and environment degradation may lead to deterioration in quality of life. Conservation of natural resources and environment is a major focus of the countries all over the world. What are the strategies of sustainable development? First is use public transport or public means of transport. Second is increase public awareness about the global warming. Third, development of organic farming, use of environmental friendly sources of energy, okay, use of eco-friendly technologies, use the efficient technologies, conservation of biodiversity, environmental protection, okay, equitable use of resources across the generation, okay, and so on. So India has made some serious effort towards this sustainable development. To deal with these environmental issues, India has developed comprehensive environmental laws and institutions. The need of environmental protection was incorporated in Indian Constitution and by the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution in 1796. Article 48A has added to the directive principle of state policy so as to input the responsibility of the government to protect and improve the environmental condition. Okay, this is done according to our constitution. And later on, few more, we can say, programs have been undertaken, okay, like Water Act or the act in 1974, and many more in 1986 also. India have took part in many of the summits like the Earth Summit, okay, and which was held in Rio, Brazil in June 1992. So there are lots of conferences going on all over the world where countries are coming forward. They are giving their new advanced technologies, which is trying to help the environment, and we are trying to decrease the global warming and you can say towards the sustainable development. Everybody is thinking about the sustainable development now. So Paris Climate Change Conference was also held in 2015, where United Nations Climate Change Conference was held in Paris, France, from 30th November to 12 December 2015, and lot more conferences have been conducted, and still now the discussion is yet on. So India has made LED lights popular to reduce, you can say, carbon dioxide, and it has also proved, or the government have provided 800 million households the smoke free kitchen through the scheme called Ujjal scheme. Through this Ujjal scheme, the government have provided LPG gases, right, LPG gases, so that they can cook with the help of these CNG gases and do not produce any air pollution, that is through the smoke. To avoid it, so India have adopted this scheme, Ujjwal scheme.